You're listening to the opening of Wine Dark Sea, a wind band symphony following the tales of Odysseus as told in the Odyssey by Homer. An emotional roller coaster, the depth of this piece reaches and exceeds the perceived limits of what a wind orchestra can accomplish. Wine Dark is just one of a myriad of pieces written by someone who many claim to be the reigning premier composer of the 21st century, John Mackey. This Gucci sweater-wearing powerhouse of a composer has gained massive popularity in the wind band world for creating eccentric and catchy pieces that are a staple within any high school band hall. But what made this modern musician who he is now? Today, we'll do a deep dive on John Mackey's early years, his affiliation with major music schools, and his persistent attitude that made John Mackey a household name in any music major conversation.
I actually only looked at 2 schools for composition, primarily because I couldn't play any instruments. And the majority of music composition programs, as you'd expect, require you to be proficient on some kind of instrument to get admission. So I just didn't look at any schools that required me to even touch a piano, really, in my audition.
Born on October 1st, 1973 in Ohio, Mackey came from musically talented parents. However, one striking difference between Mackey and other notable composers is that he never actually received any formal training in any musical instrument. John Mackey's grandfather taught him how to read music as his love for composition grew in the newly forming digital audio workspace world. Around this time, Mackey found a love for the irregular and the progressive. During the early 90s, the rise of the computers and the digital world allowed for the creation of something called MIDI software, a tool that let Mackey compose without touching a traditional instrument. It was love at first sound. Online notation softwares like Finale and Sibelius were just coming to fruition during this time, allowing Mackey to start his career on these systems that would shortly become the industry standard. And while most kids his age were dreaming of being rock stars, Mackey was dreaming in harmonies and rhythms. His unconventional start didn't hold him back. He studied composition at the Cleveland Institute of Music in 1995 and later Juilliard. Yes, that Juilliard, in 1997 under John Corgliano, and a legendary composer in his own right. After receiving these degrees, Mackey resided in New York for quite some time, working with dance companies as his first professional composing gig. John got his big break in the composition world when he was commissioned by CBDNA to rewrite his piece Red Line Tango for concert band. Red Line Tango was originally a choreography piece, but the wind band version of this piece premiering in 2005 launched Mackey's wind band composition career, spawning dozens of pieces adored by the band world. Instead of just droning off all of Mackey's notable works, I'm going to make this a little bit more interesting. I'm going to do a lightning round of as many of Mackey's notable pieces I can do, all in 1 minute. I'm going to be giving them a superfluous ranking as well that's purely personal. Let's see what we can do. Here you go. Ready? And go. Sarsaparilla, 2005, Western goofiness, lots of exaggerations, 4 fortes, played at your vaudeville recital, 7 out of 10. Strange Humors, 2006, originally a string piece with djembe, fun classic piece found in every high school band hall, 9.5. Asphalt Cocktail sounds like John Mackey's take on Sam Hazer's Ride, Don't Drive in a Car with John Mackey, 9 out of 10. War Awakes, 2009, which apparently Mackey decided to make a crazy year for him. Another piece based on the mythology I played in my high school marching band show, 7 out of 10. Xerxes, 2010, it's a march based off Persian Leader, sounds like Persian Leader's March, 6 out of 10. Your high school trumpets can't play those notes. Next, Frozen Cathedral, 2012, one of Mackey's more famous pieces, 14 minutes, the sky all beautiful, 8 out of 10. Sheltering Sky, 2012, Nuttier Than Mackey, Dissonant Masterpiece Ballad, Sweeping and Gorgeous, 8 out of 10. Wine Dark Sea, 2014, Mackey's Symphony for Wind Band World, 3 movements, heavily chromatic, worked on his wife with it, with the titling, all of that stuff, Odysseus, 11 out of 10. This Commune, 2014, played in my high school, Snippet of Movement 2 from Wine Dark Sea, 9 out of 10. Some Treasures are Heavy with Human Tears, 2021, more recent piece, pretty solemn, 5 out of 10. Haunted Objects, 2014, I played this, 8 out of 10. Vision, Carolina Crown did this, 2024, yep, and we're done, okay. Whew. Definitely missed some, but I hope I got a handful of very notable pieces. That was a lot of work, took a lot of takes. Anyways, moving on. With all of these pieces' bombastic and unapologetic nature, Mackey gained a lot of traction during the 2000s and 2010s for his compositions. His pieces were accessible from most high school ensembles due to his adaptability and flex band arrangements, many of which came out in the late 2010s or the early 2020s. Mackey pieces found their way into their hundreds of programs, music libraries, and became a staple across every single grade level. His fame isn't limited to his compositions. Mackey is also known for his active presence within the music community. He frequently collaborates with bands, attends rehearsals, and engages with students and conductors. He has a very active schedule in working with high school bands on his pieces, as well as an active clinician role in collegiate world as well. Mackey has also gained internet fame for his social media accounts like Instagram. Several memes, such as Mackey's affection for luxury products like Gucci, continue to boost his fame. Mackey has had an active relationship with Dr. Jerry Junkin and the University of Texas Austin Band Program. Junkin has commissioned numerous pieces from Mackey, as the Wind Ensemble has premiered several Mackey works. Mackey's relationship to other faculty members like Omar Thomas and the media team at UT School of Music has also more so increased his fame. I actually got a chance to meet John Mackey during his guest composer appearance at JMU in the spring of 2024. I talked with him for quite some time, and he's quite a lovely person. We were able to meet him at his Hotel Madison, right after his performance. We got to, talk with him for quite some time. Getting to meet such a prolific composer was a huge bucket list item for me. Getting to ask him about all of his pieces that I've fallen in love with was absolutely amazing. He's humble and loves working with bands that perform his music. An honest person. He was not afraid to share his opinions with others and how he views his music. It was an amazing talk that I'm always going to remember.
You guys should all be writing band music. It's amazing. And he was working on Ghost Train at the time, and I remember him playing a recording of Ghost Train for me in my dorm room. And you're like, well, that's really cool. Anyway, and I was just done. I was like, so I had never heard that music live. Juilliard doesn't have a wind ensemble. Cleveland Student of Music didn't have a wind ensemble. So I never heard collegiate level bands play anything. Eric would say, oh, you guys should be writing band music. And I would say, oh, Eric, I'm writing orchestral music. I don't need to write band music.
So, what have we learned about this surprisingly short-statured beast of a composer? John Mackey's journey proves that you don't need to follow the traditional path to make a big impact. From a kid with a computer to a composer whose music is played worldwide, Mackey has shown us the power of creativity and connection. His work challenges us, excites us, and reminds us why we love music in the first place. I still listen to Wine Dark Sea about once a week. Something about it just continues to pull me in every single time. My favorite composer, John Mackey, has been instrumental in the musical lives of both myself and thousands of other young musicians within the past 20 years. Whether you're a musician or just someone who loves a good story, Mackey's music is a reminder that art has the power to move us all. Thank you so much for watching this video all the way through. It took a lot of work, a lot of learning Final Cut Pro and doing all the things. I'd like to credit JW Pepper and BOA for the 2 videos I used in the video. I'd also like to thank all the resources like Wind Repertory Project as my primary source for this. I will leave you with a final clip of Wine Dark Sea. Thank you so much.